my God.
Coffee and cocktails.
Coffee
Two
and
things
cocktails.
that I
was going to be like, you know what I love? Coffee in the morning and a cocktail at night.
That's true.
So what's
Yeah.
better than a cafe?
You know what I love? A cocktail in the morning. Coffee
Ain't
at
nothing
night.
like a little cocktail to get the day going.
Exactly.
A little coffee liqueur to start the day. It's kind of funny because like I didn't think about it as a like a trend that was happening. They seem to kind of just slowly build up, and it's probably just restaurants are under the gun more now than they've ever been.
Yeah.
And they're trying to find ways to diversify what they're doing. And if you're like just a cafe, it's got to be hard because especially if you're in like a city,
Yeah.
and the rents are crazy high, and you're only making money the first 5-6 hours of the day, like you got to do something to extend that time period, right?
You know what I wonder too? If it's like, espresso martinis are still super popular.
Oh yeah.
And all of these coffee places are like, we make them the best because we're using like
real
fresh
coffee.
ground coffee and espresso and stuff. So
That was the thing with that I used to say about Main Street Coffee in East Greenwich when I would go there when I worked at Blue, was that like it wasn't super popular at that time for everybody to make them with actual espresso. They would make them with like an espresso liqueur or coffee liqueur and just call it an espresso martini, and Main Street Coffee made them with like fresh espresso.
Oh.
And it made like a huge difference. And I was like, why isn't everybody doing this?
Yeah. Fast forward to today.
Yeah,
and I was like,
doing
everyone's doing
it.
it.
Yeah.
If you're not doing it that way, people are like, oh, this isn't really an espresso martini.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I used to go to when New Harvest was at their old location in the arcade.
yeah.
And my ex-girlfriend worked in Boston, and I'd have to pick her up from the bus quite a bit.
Yeah.
And New Harvest was like right there. So I'd like go and like have a drink waiting for her to get there. And it was like perfect spot.
Yeah.
And I really liked it because I like the atmosphere of like a coffee shop anyway. And it kind of had a little bit of both.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense because sometimes I think it could be intimidating to like walk into a bar alone. But like, who cares about sitting at a coffee shop alone? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like that
exactly.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
It makes it more like comfortable.
I think so.
The sponsor for today's episode is Rhode Island Energy, and they can help you save money, including 50 to 100% off approved insulation and 100% off air sealing. And it all starts with a no-cost home energy assessment. Schedule yours today at rienergy.com/save at home. That's rienergy.com/save at home. And now, back to the show.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the reason that this whole conversation got sparked is that in the June Hey Rhody issue, we're talking about there is a article called "Coffee is the New Cocktail" about the Cranston Cafe. What is the actual name?
Cafe Ava, and it's
Cafe
right in
Ava.
Rolfe Square.
Nice, yeah, and they started opening as like a cocktail spot at night, correct?
Yeah, and it looks like they have, like a DJ come in. They have another name for nighttime. It's like, I remember.
Oh, I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, and they have like a DJ and all these Latin beats and people are dancing and, it just looks really fun. That area I need to explore more
Yeah.
because that is like I think a hidden gem of an area. Like that's where the Artists Exchange is and the Park Theater, Ruth's Bra Shop, which I think every woman in Rhode Island has heard about because it's like fit you.
You saw my face, and I'm like,
Ruth's Bra Shop and lounge.
my
No.
my go-to bra shop.
I know. But I feel like Rolfe Square is like, having a moment, as we say, and Cafe Ava is probably a big part of that.
Yeah, I mean, any time that somebody can do something that like feels a little bit new, it can be the smallest thing. Like, I mean, I guess it's not small to open for whole nother part of the day and kind of introduce a new business model for yourself. But like something from the outside that seems small can like revitalize an area. Like,
Oh,
you get
100%.
a few more people going there. All of a sudden they're like, oh, I didn't know this was over here. I didn't know this was over here. And then it just kind of
You
slowly
make a
brings
date.
it
Listen,
back.
you get your coffee, you buy a bra. You see a show, you come back for an espresso. You got it made.
You do a little get your dance on.
You get your dance on, the whole thing.
Yeah, I feel like we were rattling them off earlier. There's kind of a few places that are
Yeah,
doing this
there's
now, right?
obviously Main Street.
Yeah.
Drip Drip Coffee House and Lounge in East Greenwich.
Okay.
And then oh my gosh, this always happens.
I
I'm like,
said-
yeah, I know, and then I blank.
I already said New Harvest.
New Harvest. Oh, Cafe Italia
Yep.
on Federal Hill.
Federal Hill.
And then there's also like Riff Raff, which is, you know,
Yeah,
they
kind of
have-
like bookstore, coffee shop, bar,
Cocktails.
cocktails. I like Riff Raff a lot. I
Yeah.
haven't been in forever because I just don't go to Providence that often anymore. But that spot's awesome. It's
And
got
then
the
next month we're
vibe.
covering a flip flop where it's like by night it's Pickerel Noodle Bar noodles, and by morning it's Reprise Coffee House.
Nice.
So yeah,
oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
yeah. So it's like it's a restaurant at night, and now there's like a coffee pop up
They
in
like
the
added
mornings.
the coffee thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing that was I guess not popular, but becoming more of like a normal practice was like, you know, you own say a coffee shop and you close at noon and you already have kitchen facilities, and then somebody else, instead of opening a whole new place, comes in and like almost like splits the rent with you and like uses your kitchen and your shop to like open a secondary business on top of it. Some
Yeah.
people do it themselves, and others
Yeah.
have a whole nother person come in because their specialty is whatever happens to be
Yeah.
dinner versus cafe, which is kind of cool.
It almost feels like you know how attention spans are so short now that like with videos everything has to kind of like change quickly.
Yeah.
It feels like places are doing that to kind of like keep themselves on the
Yeah.
radar.
Well, didn't you just go to a place that's like a secret bar at night?
Which one?
And I don't know if it has anything to do with coffee, but it was like by day it's blank and by night it's blank.
Like a speakeasy type of deal.
Maybe.
My mind is blank.
blank.
Yeah,
Anyway,
my
we'll just
life.
circle back to coffee and lounge and
Yeah.
whatever.
What like do you guys like espresso martinis?
I like them.
Yeah, I make them at home if I can. I love
Oh
an espresso
wow.
martini.
Yeah.
My favorites are the ones that taste like a coffee milkshake.
Yeah, like I want it to taste like a real treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first place that I had, because like people call them, I guess you call it out as two different things. It's an espresso martini and a black espresso martini. And
Yeah.
basically you're just dropping the Baileys out of it, so there's no cream. And Main Street Coffee was the first place that I had seen do that, like, way back. And like now, that's how I ask for my.
Oh, I think I would
espresso.
like that better.
Yeah, I like it. The Bailey's cream is like too much.
Yeah.
For me. I'd rather just have it black.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like their tequila espresso martinis at
Yeah.
Main Street. Those are good.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you could do it like this. Coffee is pretty versatile because people are so used to like flavored coffees.
Yeah.
And like there's a million different coffee drinks that like then if you pull it over to cocktails, you might not immediately be like, oh, tequila's a good idea, but you know, what's the like the smoky tequila? It's not
Mezcal?
mezcal. Like yeah, I would bet you like a mezcal with coffee would be good because it's already got
Oh.
like a smokiness to it.
I'm like, I don't know about that.
I think it would be.
Mm.
But I mean that's kind of more my flavor palette.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of different options with it. I feel like there's a couple places that do like a dark rum martini, espresso martini. And then, I mean, just take that coffee in any direction you want to. It is funny. There's also, what is it? Ocean Mist does like the coffee with love, which I'm pretty
You're
sure.
only like supposed to have two.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no coffee.
No.
It just tastes like coffee.
One time what I did was like in college, they're like, okay, the limit's two. So then I'm like, I'm going to go around to the bar and find someone
Yeah,
to
you
get me a
wanna-
third.
Jenna puts on a wig, goes
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, I'm like,
fake mustache.
I'm like, oh,
One of those the glasses with the fake nose on it. Just
Exactly.
keep going up for another
they're
one.
like, get out of
I
here.
know.
I'm like, I'm a
Listen,
different
tiny
person.
college girl.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, you don't need three.
Yeah,
I
and they're
know.
like pure booze, but they
Yeah,
are good.
They're delicious.
But yeah, I mean, I love coffee. I'm a big coffee, like I guess you could say snob, but I just like coffee. You know, I do pour over, I grind my own beans in the morning, I do all that stuff. And I have like every coffee contraption you can think of. But then I also like, you know, I'm kind of one way or the other. I like a really interesting cocktail or just a beer. I don't tend to go with
Yeah.
the like, you know, Captain and Coke or the mid-range cocktails. It's either like a martini or a really creative cocktail or just like something super, super simple.
Well, I drink my coffee black with either one raw sugar or maple syrup.
Maple syrup, yeah.
And so, like, whenever I've tried a flavored coffee, to me, they just seem so fakey that it's like, oh, my coffee tastes like Twinkies or something. I'm like, then have Twinkies. But so
Yeah.
I think I like the idea of the black espresso martini.
Yeah.
Because it's just, that's it. Maybe I'll just bring some maple syrup.
Oh, you
with
know
me.
where you have to try then? Because I just did the espresso martini, like
She was just a judge.
a judge.
That's right.
The local, I'm not sure where it is,
Yeah.
but the best black espresso martini.
Wow.
Like
to
it
look
seems
that
so
up.
simple, but it was just like so good.
Nice. Well, when you like the taste of coffee,
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. Like if you don't like the taste of coffee, you're probably gonna want it maybe more of like the sugary, creamy.
Yeah.
But
I'm not like, I don't like things. I don't know how to explain this, but like with beer, I want beer to taste like beer. I don't like blueberry ones or strawberry
Right.
ones.
That's
or
what I'm saying
orange
about
ones.
coffee.
I don't like coffee. I like my coffee to taste like coffee.
Yeah.
I don't want it to taste like a cinnamon bun
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
Like, you
I'm
know.
like, oh, I'm the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's how a lot of people are.
yeah,
but
some
like,
people love that.
I guess that's the wonderful part about coffee, right? And cocktails is you can get them any way that you want them.
It's the wonderful part about coffee. Join in, gang. I'm coming up with a song.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many new places. I mean, granted, since COVID, a lot of places have shuttered, but typically that leads to a lot of new places opening and places that were already opening getting creative, like
Yeah.
we're talking about. So there's a lot of these things coming out. There's not as many new coffee shops, but hopefully that'll be on the rise again because I love a new cafe.
Yeah, in July, we're showcasing 8 cafes with atmosphere. So stay tuned for that for next month.
Love a good cafe with a good atmosphere.
Yeah, me too.